Hey everybody, I am live. Yay! I'm so excited to be back. Kathy did a great job last week. If you haven't seen that video, you can always go back on our YouTube channel because we upload everything to YouTube because they delete our posts after 30 days. So if you're missing any of our videos, go back and take a look there. But today we're going to make something really cute. We're going to make the easiest and the cutest little treat bag that you can make with anything you already have, any DSP you already have. So, hey, if you're here, drop me a comment. If you're watching me post live, if you're watching me on replay, pop me a comment as well. I can't always see who comes in or doesn't, but I always love seeing who watches the videos. Okay, sorry, let's get started. I'm going to flip and let's take a look at what we can do today. Hey, Lydia. I see you. Let's see. Is that what's happening here? It didn't flip. That's why. Let's flip, flip, flip. Nope. Flipping. Aha. There we go. Okay. So today, again, it's a treat bag. Hope you guys are getting ready for the holiday, whatever you celebrate. We're getting ready for Christmas around here. Let's see, my camera's not moving. Today's been a technical difficulties day. Ugh. Okay, let's see if we can get that to work. We might have a little edge on the camera, but that's okay. Okay, here comes our treat bag. So, do you have designer series paper? I know you do. I know you do. So here's how we're going to make a fun little treat bag. First, let me show you where we're going with this. Okay, this is just a little gusseted bag, and you can put pretty much anything in here. You can put in candy. You can put in, what I've been making lately is a snack mix, and I'm going to post that snack mix direction. It's made with Crispix cereals and pretzels and nuts, and it's absolutely delicious. And you can put that in a little cello bag, put it right in here, and that makes a beautiful gift. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to do a 6 by 12 piece of paper. So any 12 by 12, I got to zoom out a little bit so you can see. Any 12 by 12 paper that you have. Okay, let's not drop our camera altogether, which I might. I told you this is a technical difficulties day. Get back in there. My whole apparatus is coming apart. No worries. It's just my whole apparatus. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay. Let's pull back a little bit. Pull back a little bit and try to tighten everything up. Okay. Not okay. Everything's kind of literally collapsing on me. Please be still. Please work. Please work. Okay. Back to, you're just going to have to look at it this way. Okay. 12 by 12 piece of paper. And we're going to score. So, 12 by 12 cut in half. That's what I love about this. You can make any 12 by 12 piece of paper into 2 different bags. All right, I'm going to take this over. I'm going to flip it over. And we're going to score this. I've got you could take a screenshot of that. We're just going to score it 1 inch on each side. So at 1 and at 5, but I'm just going to flip. And be careful of your scoring blade. By the way, I took all my things, my wonderful things, to Iowa when I went to visit our daughter and our son, who both happen to live out there. Don't ask me why. And I left all my good tools. So I don't have my pick tool. I don't have my good trimmer. This is my old trimmer. It's a nightmare. But somehow, first world problems. She's going to mail them to me. Okay, so 1 inch on this side. I'm going to flip it, and I'm just going to do 1 inch on this side. Easy peasy. This is a great way to use up your paper. If you have some retired paper around, nobody cares if you're giving it as a gift. Just use it up. Okay, now I'm going to score this at 7. Okay, Score it on the 7-inch line. Gotta move this up. Score it on the 7-inch, and then I'm gonna move it up to 5. Okay, so I'm basically leaving 2 inches in the middle. Okay, so 7 and 5, and then we'll just get this out of the way for a sec, and we're gonna fold on all the score lines. Okay, I'll move that out of the way, but I'll leave that up here so you can kind of see it in the camera range. Okay, so score and score. Now this is a fold that once you know, you know, but it's a little tricky to get it right at first. Okay, so I have these score lines here, and I'm just gonna take my pencil, if I can find my pencil or pen, and I'm gonna mark it so that I can see it a little more clearly. Take a pen, and I'm just gonna mark this outside score line here. I better get my own glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just gonna see that. I'm just gonna mark that so that I can see it, and especially to demonstrate, but once you know what you're doing, you don't really have to do that. Okay, so hopefully you can see this score line. Let me do it a little bit darker, and that way you can really see. Okay. And like I say, you don't have to do this once you kind of know how, but it helps at first, because I'm going to take that line and I'm going to fold it. Okay, watch what I do. I'm going to fold it up, and I'm going to touch that line to the fold. Okay, so I'm taking that line and I'm folding it up, and it's going to touch the fold. So I'm basically creating a diagonal crease, a diagonal fold. Okay, just like that. Okay, it helps if eventually I'm gonna use some glue dots and reinforce, but let's do another one. Okay, so again, I'm gonna mark it so that I know what I'm doing. And I'm gonna take this fold here from the inside, and I'm gonna bring it up and fold it and crease it on the diagonal. See that? Check it out. So when I fold it up, that's how I get my little gusseted bottom. All right, do it again on the other side. I'll mark it again. I'll mark it. And you just take that fold, and the fold should come up and touch the outside. Okay, let's do that again. This fold is going to come up, and it's going to touch the outside fold. All right. Now, when I fold up my bag, put these inside, that creates my cute little bag. How about that? So cute and so easy, right? All right, I'm going to reinforce everything with some glue dots. Lydia, we're getting some snow up here, just a couple inches, but I don't know if you're jealous or if you're happy. I do enjoy at least a couple snows, just a few inches, not a lot. So I'm just going to put my glue dot right here for one good snow. I do like one good snow. Measurable, shovelable. Yeah. And I'm doing my glue dots this way so that I can make sure to get them on the right spot. I'm going to put one right here. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, it's on my finger. Put them right here. A snot dot. Get your snot dots out. And that just reinforces it just a little bit so that it doesn't come apart on you. Same thing over here. Okay. Now, what I don't want it to do is I don't want it to go on the inside. Okay, I don't want to go on the inside. I want it to come on the outside, and I'll show you why. So we're going to put another one here. Get all four. And there, one here. Okay. All right, foldy, foldy. back together again. And see how that's kind of on the outside? Because now I'm going to take a little bit of glue, and that didn't stick too great, but it will in a minute when I burnish it. And I'm going to put some glue down the inside here to hold my flap down. Some glue down the inside here to my flap down. Flip it over. Do the same thing. I don't know. I just love giving treats at this time of year. I like doing handmade things or homemade things. And since we are stampers, it's just so nice to give them something that you made with your hands. Okay, once we get it together, see how that just kind of comes together? I'll reinforce everything and smush it all together. Get my glue dots working. Get my glue working. And that's it. And then we just take a good old, I actually used my crocodile on this, but I found my original good old handy dandy. And then do a couple of these. Run some ribbon through, and there you go. And decorate as you wish. Okay, let me show you a different one. Same thing, only different. With this paper. Isn't that cute? See, you can use any paper. So I'm going to make one more for you so you can see that fold one more time. Because I have something I want to make. And I'll show you here. So we're taking our 12 by 12 piece of paper. I know I can't pull back too much or I'm going to lose my mount again. Let's not do that. And I'm going to go to 6. And see, I can make 2 bags. And look how quick they come together. Once you know how you're folding, it just goes super fast. And be sure you know the difference between your cutting blade and your scoring blade. And I'm going to score it at 1 on this side. I'm going to score it at 1 on this side. And give it a fold. Oh, I forgot my scores in the middle. Duh. So very easy. It's 5 and 7. 7. I don't like math, so I like nice even numbers, and 5. And of course, you can actually adjust this. Like if you wanted to leave a bigger, wider bag, just go for 1.5 inches, right? Or I mean, 1/2 inch. You don't have to do it at these exact measurements. You can adjust it as you wish. In fact, this was something I saw online, and I adjusted it because I'm like, why would we waste paper and cut off 1/2 inch off the edge? No, just use your 6 inches and 12 inches. So this is actually a modified by Lynn. Modified by Lynn. Yes. Alrighty. Here we go. Now let's see if I can do it without the line. But I'm taking this folded line. Oh, wow. I'm going to mark it. Take this folded line right here. Okay. And I am angling it up and having it touch the outside fold and then creasing it down. Boom. Taking the folded line. You kind of got to put your finger in there sometimes to push it down to get that fold started to the outside edge. Fold it, and you're done. Over here. Here's our scored edge. I'm going to try to do it up in the air here so you can see. Fold it and crease it. This side, fold it and crease it. And here we have another little bag. And really, if you don't want to spend the time to reinforce it with glue dots and that, you don't really have to. Once you get it together and you give it to somebody, it's fine to do it just like that. Okay, I'm going to punch a couple holes, and I'll show you why I wanted to do this one. Because I'm going to take some ribbon. Whoa, sorry for the earthquake. And we're going to tie a bow. Something about ribbons and bows. Man, people get stressed out about them, and I don't blame them because they can be tricky. Biggest thing is give yourself enough room. Don't skimp on your ribbon, because when you have a big enough piece, then you can play with it and adjust it. And I'm going to get a little angle so that I could get it through. Okay, I just saw, by the way, just saw a message from A.B. Behringer, and that's reminding me to remind all of you of our dates. So while I'm pulling this through, let me pull out my little, where did my little sign go? Here it is. I'll tell you of our upcoming dates. So we have, our Santa's gift class got delayed thanks to, unfortunately, death I had in the family. So it is now 12/17. 12/17 is the second half of our gift shop, Santa's gift shop. You can go and look on our L&K right now, or after I'm done, and you can see the folks that came to the first half, and then we're going to do the second half. So there's still time, or if you'd like a to-go kit, those are still available. All right, I'm going to show you a little something about bows. When you go, you're going to go under, okay? Okay, let me mention real quick before I do that. The 17th is Kathy's birthday Stampa Stack. That's at KK's house. That's at Kathy's house. The 17th, it's a birthday Stampa Stack. Again, available as a to-go. And then on the 7th of February, that's our stamp camp. Woohoo, woohoo, that's the big one. That's the big one. I really hope to see everybody there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make this bow, and I'm going to show you a little trick. This ribbon happens to have a shiny side and a not so shiny side. So I'm going to make sure my shiny side is out here. Okay, and here's a little trick. If you are wanting the shiny side out, then as you wrap, the part that you wrap should be non-shiny, so that the bow itself turns out to be shiny. And nobody's going to really see that non-shiny middle. So give it a flip and do the non-shiny for the wrap. And then you'll poke through and you'll have the shiny side, and you can do a nice little trim to where you want it, because you gave yourself enough room. And there you go. Now, the reason I wanted to do that is I want to show you what's it called? What's it called? It's called the North Pole Delivery 12 by 12. And it came with some punch outs and some cute little things. And anybody that knows me knows my little dog, BB. And she is a Dachshund mix. And she looks a lot like this little guy. So I just really, really, really wanted to do this paper and this little thing, because I want to do a little something, something for BB. With BB in mind. She's a doll baby. She's my little girl. You know, when your kids get older, you just want some companionship, and she is my little companion. Okay, somewhere I don't see it. Disorganized epileptic today. There we go. So I have a little strip of paper here, and I'm going to punch a little shape. Oh, let's go a smaller punch. Nope, that's not it. Let's do a little punch, she says. Maybe. She goes. No, just go with it. Okay. Punch a little circle. Something for BB to rest on. And I'm going to stamp a little something on her. Let's do wishing you joy. And we're going to do that in garden green, because that's what goes with the paper. because that dog brings me joy every day. Every day. If you love a dog or a cat or a human, you know they can give you a lot of joy. Yes, that came out nice. And of course, I'm going to use dimensionals for the little girly girl. Put her up. Pop her up a little bit. So this paper came with all this wonderful stuff. I'm going to stick her on. I'm going to leave her just a little bit off because I think I'm going to go back and get another little image. Let's see what they got here. I'm going to pick, I know, this little hedgehog, because if Bibi saw a hedgehog, she would actually head straight for it. But probably not in a good way. Probably not in a good way. And we'll just get a little bit of adhesive. Get him on there. Okay. And let's get this on to our bag. Clear my area a little bit. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is I've got more treats to share with you. So I'm actually coming on next week, even though I usually come on every other week. I'm going to come in on next week on Wednesday and on Friday. And I'm going to show you the rest of the things we did for our gift class. In case you happen to live far away, hint, hint, you still can make all the wonderful things because they're just so cute. I just have to share them. They're so cute. Okay, now I'm missing my pick tool, so I'm going to have to use some tweezers. And let's get a little bit of bling on here. Just a little bit of bling. Some double-sided or some little self-adhesive sequins. All right. There you go. So if you can, join me live or catch me on the replay, or like I said, everything goes on L&K Stamping Events. Here's our treat bag 1. Here's our treat bag 2. And I'll finish the other blue one up, and I'll post all these later. Do you love it? I love it. Aha. All right, everybody. Well, I'm wishing you joy, and I hope to see you next week, Wednesday and Friday, when I go live again. Let's flip. Have a wonderful week, guys. Don't stress. Just enjoy. This time of year only comes around once a year. Love you guys. Bye.